Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash, and give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who are well, and peace and blessings to your elect. Now, basically, what I just wanted to do a quick hit on, maybe 5-10 minutes, is basically these women that look, women that are wicked, but look appeasing, to your eye when you're looking at them carnally, because brothers, they have the features that we like. I'm not gonna cap about that, but you have to remain spiritual, and you gotta be disciplined, even though it may be hard. You gotta conquer what the flesh wants, because if you go with what the flesh wants, it will just have you dead, because it's like acting on impulse. Because if you act on impulse without thinking, you are pretty much not going anywhere. Because if you don't think before you do something, like say for example that you're frying chicken and the oil is on, and then you want to test if the oil is hot enough for the chicken. Now you could simply throw a little, for example, throw a little flour in there, use the spoon to test, or however you do it, to see if the oil is hot. Now, if you're doing it on impulse, you want to do it fast. You're not thinking, so let me stick my finger in here. Maybe it won't hurt. Maybe it won't hurt. It shouldn't do it anyway. And it should be, I'll see if the oil is hot enough. Now, you scald your hand. Well, I can't even say scald, because you scald with hot water. You'll burn your hand, man. That's what you call thinking. That's what you call thinking without, that's what you call doing something without thinking. And with brothers, brothers in the truth, even if you may be in a relationship, don't go for the women that looks the best, because most of the time, especially women of this society, the one that have, the hourglass figure, you may have, you brothers know what I'm talking about, man. It may look the baddest, but when you go to her personality, she's completely trash. And I've dealt with a close friend that went through this. I was like, you gotta get, if she's doing all this to you, you can't, to a point where it's kind of getting the better of you psychologically, bro. You kind of gotta let her go, because you was just talking to her. I was like, this is not the best situation where it's like a cycle where they'll argue, they'll lovey-dovey argue to headache. He doesn't want her, she doesn't want him. She messes me, she misses him. He's like, he don't want her. She manages to use manipulation to get him back and pull him right back into the cycle. That's something that a lot of women, they use. But anyway, this is something that was in the spirit. I wasn't sure what to do a lesson on, so I just said, why not this? I had a few scriptures. And wickedness, this is Ecclesiasticus 25:17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. And this is talking about, like, basically the makeup, when she's changing her face. Because what you notice when you have makeup, like when the woman has makeup, she can hide herpes, she can hide rashes, she can hide burnt, you can hide pretty much anything with makeup, as long as it's done good, basically. And the thing about it is, like, they'll mention what do you call it? When you point fingers at this, they'll mention things. Oh, you're shaming this girl. You're shaming this girl. Why are you doing this? It makes her feel more confident. This, that, and the third. But we wouldn't have really had much. We wouldn't have really had much to say about it. If you could have at least been more humble, with how you are acting. Because I've noticed that a lot of them that move like that, they often proud as well. But then we got another scripture. Like I said, I was just kind of going with the spirit, because It's lucky, because like I just said, this kind of topic just popped into my head just before. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids, and this is, basically talking about, the eyelashes, the way she looks. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her straightly, lest she abuse herself to overmuch liberty. And this, you meaning that, you have to keep a tight watch. Say you have a daughter and she's reached of that age, like 14, 15. Now I'm young, so I know how they be moving, like around that age, and like, let's just say, they be moving around. Let's just say it like that, they be moving around. And if you don't keep a watchful eye, you'll find, and your daughter moves a certain way, you'll find out there's half the guys, in the local community, her age that have had their way with her, should I just say that. Watch over an imprudent eye, I marvel not if she trespass against thee. And let's look up this word imprudent. Imprudent. Bear with me 1 minute. It's like it's taking a bit long to load. Well, imprudent, if I'm not mistaken, means watchful. Although it's not searching for me right now. But in any case, I'll put it in the comment section below. The definition when it does load. I marvel not if she trespass against thee, and don't be surprised. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink every water near her. Now, what does that mean? When you're a traveler, you want some water and you're very thirsty, you open your mouth wide like that, because you want a drink. You may catch a drink from what they call them, I think like water filters or something like that. You caught a drink, you want to drink it down. So this is being likened onto, this is basically going into the woman committing oral activities. And drink every water near her, meaning that, she going wild, blowing this rod, blowing this rod, blowing this rod, and blowing that rod, just making it clear. By every hedge will she sit down, open her quiver against every arrow, and that's her taking the same rods between her legs. Because these females today don't understand that every man they sleep with, they actually retain the sperm. And each one of those guys were different, so each one of those sperms are, she has those different spirits in her, end up clashing. And that's why you may have certain women that wild out, because they have so many basically spirits inside of her, because they've been around different guys that she's just completely losing it. But this is not going for the sincere sisters out in the truth. This is just a lesson that I thought quick lesson that I thought why not do. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. Because the thing about the women that is talking about, the wicked woman, is that they're often problematic, clamorous. Like in Proverbs 9:13, it says, a foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple and knows nothing. Because often with these women that look like that, they want their voices to be heard. They want to kind of downplay you. Like, what's that song called again? 8 niggas rich figure, that's my type. It goes something like that. You know, they listen to all these rappers, city girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. You know, they listen to all those artists, and they actually try to scope themselves in via the example that they set. But if you don't use wisdom, some of the times you will actually fall into that snare, because when you see an attractive female, it's normal, because you know, you may want to hear her up, and you may see, you know, the way she acts, it may kind of go over your head, and you may be too excited, you know, that you don't use wisdom. So I am going to another scripture. Yeah. And this is how they walk. I believe it's in Isaiah the 40th chapter. So bear with me. This was an impromptu, so I didn't really rehearse this. Moreover, the Lord says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and haughty is another word for proud. Proud, vain, if I'm not mistaken. And different words like that. And walk with their necks stretched forth and wanting eyes. You know, they basically walking like their stuff don't stink, and you know, they're the hottest thing around. You know, they say in their heads, they're like, why do I need this guy? This guy needs me. You know, I'm gonna make his pockets hurt. I'm gonna what else do they say? It's like I'm trying to think. It's like it's basically they're saying in their mindset they have different stuff like that. They even, like, I remember there was this thing on Instagram that went around, and this girl, this guy basically took her out, and whilst he was taking her out, whilst they have the food, she took a snap, and she was like, she notioned that she wasn't really getting anything, and she was like, this must have been her third free meal this month, or it was either the 3rd or the 8th. So anyway, while she said that, she put it on her private Instagram, and he wasn't on it, but his friend was on it. So his friend took a screenshot whilst they were out on a date, and she sent it to him. And this guy is like, he looks at it, and he looks at her. And that's when he actually got the reality check. And this guy was like, basically, I think he told her that he was going to the toilet, and he ended up walking out. And then she called him, and then he told her why he's walking out. So he's basically telling her that he's seeing her. His friend has sent her what she said about him on the date, and you know, the Instagram. So anyway, back to this stretch forth next and wanting eyes, walking with mincing as they go. You know, you know what this means, man. Like they walking proud, and they walking like they walking like, as you know, as they everything, you know, as they the most important thing they ever step foot on this pavement, or step foot on this road, or step foot in this school. You know what I'm saying? As they go making tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite a scab the crown of their heads of the daughters of Zion, and you know, the Lord would discover their secret parts. And you know, it's fitting with the curse, because you know that we how about Shim Yahshai, instead of the lustrous hair that you know the Israelite women used to have, you know, back in the ancient world and whatnot. she know her hair, is nowhere near as lustrous as it used to be. She goes out, she buys wigs, whether it be Elam's hair or whatnot. She will buy it. She will spend a lot. I think it was, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was the hair, so-called black women buying the hair is like a $1 billion business, or might have generated £1 billion, $1 billion or something. I can't remember fully what it was, but it's something like that anyway. So this, your brothers that, that may, maybe dealing or looking, for women, it's just a reminder, to make sure you're staying circumspect. Because if you're not circumspect, you're going to, certain things may go under the radar. And this may have happened to, this may have happened to brothers already in the truth, where they've kind of learned a lesson from it. But I was just kind of in the spirit of kind of doing a lesson on it anyway. Yeah, because even though the Israelite woman, she's still the baddest woman on the planet in terms of beauty and whatnot, man. But it's nowhere near. They're nowhere near as as how they used to look, man. Because it's like that's why the Lord said, rise up, you women that are at ease, because they're really at ease now. They're relaxed because they have a lot of liberty in this kingdom, which is why a lot of females, a lot of wickedness is going on, with them. Not excusing it, because those men, we are out of order as well, and the women are out of order, of course. Our entire nation, to be honest, is out of order. But I'm just saying, women are out of order, and the men are out of order as well. Like almost like a domino effect. Rise up, ye women that, this is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless daughters. So you may have had, because I remember my brother was telling me that he was dealing with this girl. I don't know if he was talking to her at first, and she basically tried to trap him. Into I'm not gonna reveal who the brother is unless the brother wants to say who he is on the comment board. She basically tried to trap him in a relationship. She basically got pregnant by another guy, and then she tried to call him back and trick him, and basically, he was gonna sleep with her, and then she would have told him that it was his baby. This how the wickedness, this how like this type of wickedness that some of these women will do, man. And then he would have not known any better. So he would have been raising a stepson or a stepchild as his own until like maybe one day he would have realized that it wasn't even his. But anyway, because that's just me saying that that's happened already to my knowledge. Give ear unto my speech. And for the cheek, she cursed the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And of course of course he didn't go with her, and the Lord ended up jacking her up, which that is call her Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because she can't be looking to curse the name of the living power, the living God, man. Yahweh, the name of the Father, Yahweh Shai, the name of the Son, man. And she was doubting the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but it was known unto him. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless daughter, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And this was just a quick lesson that I kind of did on my on a little break that I had. In closing, let me see. In fact, let me continue. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird up sackcloth upon your loins. So sackcloth is not an expensive material. Sackcloth is, sackcloth, and when you put on sackcloth upon your skin, I believe it can irritate you as well. And if you're naked and you just put it on your bare skin, you can kind of irritate it. It may make it kind of itchy as well, be kind of uncomfortable. They shall lament for the teats, and you lament, they're gonna be in sorrow. That's what lament means. For the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine upon the land of my people shall come upon thorns and briars, yea, upon all houses of joy in the joyous city. I'm gonna close off there. This is just a quick video that I was doing on my break. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahshua, Ba'ashim B'Kadash, double honors to elders and the apostles of great millstone who will, Thawari Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahshua, putting the spirit on me to do this video, and Shalom.